So, first of all, hi, hello, welcome to my channel. I am going down a dark rabbit hole. What dark rabbit hole, you're wondering? It's dark romance. Her soul to take, pen pal just got the ball rolling. Last year I went down the dark rabbit hole of dark romance and now I'm in it. And nothing is satisfying me unless I read a dark romance. You know. Those men are one of a kind. So, I am currently reading, this is what you're here for, right? Insatiable by Leigh Rivers. So I'm going to be reading the Edge of Darkness Trilogy. So this is going to be part 1. We're going to have a part 2 and a part 3. So I'm already 30% in. And I want to... We write at dawn because why am I spacing on their names? Stacy and Cade, there we go. They both have a certain individual in their lives that I literally want to body slam. I want to body slam, like cut the show. I don't like them because at first I was like, why isn't Cade doing anything? Like, this is a dark romance, come on Cade. And then we got in his POV and I was like, oh. So we're getting past and present and like flashbacks to the past, dual POV, and it seems like because I can't confirm because I haven't gotten that far yet. Actually I have, because they used to love each other. So we went from enemies to lovers back to enemies. Have fun. And it takes place in Scotland. So that's fun. And right now where I'm at, they're traveling to America to see Cade's father, who is in a psych ward because he's like a well-renowned, big, flashy Ted Bundy murderer. And instead of putting him in prison, he's in a psych ward. And apparently he's just like this great father. Weird, but whatever. But so far I'm having so much fun. We've had like 2 spicy scenes and we're like 30% in, so we're probably like 120 pages in. So pretty on brand for dark romance. There's my intro, there's my update. I'm gonna go ahead and definitely get into it right now because I got off of work early. So time to get reading. Bye besties. Not bye. Keep watching. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we are about 40% of the way through this book, and I wanted to share with you what has happened. So Cade has had what I assume is a panic attack. And so they're waiting for their flight to the United States, and they missed their first flight because of traffic. And so their next flight after he got done with his panic attack is 6 hours away. So he's like, forget this. He's out in his car. He had his dad talk him down because his dad is the only one that can talk him down, which I was like, even though your dad's a psychopath, that is so sweet. And I can't wait to get to know his dad more. Anyways, besides the point. After he gets off the phone with his dad, he makes some bank transfers and he goes back into the hotel room where Stacy's at. And of course, the hotel room only had 1 room, so yeah, they're together. And he goes like, pack your bags, get ready, we're leaving. And she's like, well, our flight's not until another 6 hours, you should get some sleep. And he was like, no, we're leaving like now. This man bought a private plane to fly them to the United States because he didn't want to wait the other 6 hours. And she's like, okay, I know your parents are well off, but I've been friends with your sister since we were 15 and we've always flew like commercial. Like, what is this? And so she's like, what's your job? What are you doing? Like X, Y, and Z. And I won't tell you what his job is. I'm gonna leave that for you to figure out once you start reading the book. But I'm like, ooh, this man bought a private plane. Okay, okay. And I just really want her to confide in him, to tell her, like, to tell him about what's going on behind closed doors for her, so he can eliminate the problem, if you know what I mean. Eliminate the problem. So it reads super well. The chapter is about like 10 to 13 minutes long, nothing too crazy, and it's just flowing. I'm like reading it really fast, and I was like, oh, I should probably update the camera. I should probably update you guys because I just kept flying through the pages. I was like, ooh. So I'm gonna keep flying. Get it? I can't wink either, so. Wessie's. No. It's so close. Oh well. Let's get close and personal, y'all. Okay, so I want to give you a little update or like insight if you're thinking about reading Insatiable. I think that's how you say it. Probably saying it wrong. What's new? But I was having a hard time picturing Stacy or FMC. Like, it was a me problem, not an author problem. Not a writing problem. And so I was looking up fan art on TikTok. Whew. This couple's hot. Kate and Stacy are hot, you guys. Like Stacy's giving like Megan Fox on the fan art. And Kate is giving like Zayden Ryerson. If you know, you know. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to dive back into it because I ran some errands really quick and came back. But I'm like, I can't wait to dive into it now that I have like a mental picture of what I want Stacy and Kate to look like. They're so hot. I can't wait. Guys, so what I just read, it's gonna be super out of context, but hopefully you guys can follow. Kate and Stacy currently, we're in the present POV, hate each other, they're not together. But some guy slaps Stacy's ass, and this is what she said. His words are cut off by Kate's arm snapping out, his elbow slamming into his nose of the guy closest to me, breaking it in a bloody crack. His gun is pointed at the other one, and he seems unbothered by the multiple weapons now aimed at him. Kate has multiple weapons aimed at him. And just elbows him on the nose first, smacking her ass. And he claims he hates her. Hot. Hot. I want to be Stacy right now. I want to be Stacy. That's my update. Guys. I am now. Hold on, trying to open up the Kindle. 64% of the way in, and I'm loving every single character in this book. I love Stacy. I love Stacy. I love Kate. I love all of Kate's like 3 best friends. I think it's 3. And then I love Stacy's best friend, which is Luce, who is twin brothers with Kate. Twin brothers. Is Kate's twin sister. But they are so fun. Let me give you a little update. This man destroyed a whole gang. A whole Russian gang because they figured out Stacy's name. He was like, no one can know her name. They still hate each other. He just visited his dad for the first time in 2 years. that didn't go very well. Because his dad can just see through his bullshit, and his dad was like, literally told him to sit the fuck down at his psych ward he's at. He told Cade to sit the fuck down and tell him everything that's happening, and he's like, nothing's happening. And he's like, I said to sit the fuck down and tell me everything that's happening. I love this dad. I love his dad. I love his dad. Plot twist. I fall for the dad instead of Cade. Why do I always fall for the dads? Maybe because I'm a mom? I don't know. Daddy issues, maybe? I don't know. But I just love that he has someone there to like call him out on his bullshit, whether he likes it or not. And also, Stacy figured out what his job is. I'm not telling you what it is, so better read it to find out. I'm flying through this book. Like, literally, like, me running is, like, how I'm flying through the book. It is so good. Probably not gonna be a 5-star. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I am eating it up. And when Stacy figured out what his real job is, she looked at him and was like, what happened to the Cade that I fell in love with? And it sucks because they both have issues going on in their personal lives that they both don't know about. And it seems like Cade's dad is very, even though he's a psychopath, like literally, I think he could just see through all the bullshit because he doesn't like feel emotions. And so when everything went down in the past with Stacy and Cade breaking up, Cade's dad surprisingly like was sticking up for Stacy and was like, if you love her, hear her out over the situation that happened. And he was like, no dad, F you. And if he would have listened to his dad and took his advice and listened to Stacy and what actually happened, then we wouldn't be where we're at. But this is a book, so it's fun. And I understand why Stacy's keeping a secret, because when she told someone close to her about what was happening, they didn't believe her. So she's like, okay, why would anyone else believe me situation? And I want her to confide in someone. Just someone. I don't care if it's Cade. I don't care if it's Luce. I don't care if it's one of his friends. I don't care if it's the damn dogs in this book. Confide to someone, because I want her to do it, because Cade has his dad. Like, his dad knows what's going on with Cade, but he's trying to let Cade tell him. Like, use your big boy voice and tell daddy what's happening. So at least Cade does have someone in his corner, and he purposely isn't telling his dad because he knows his dad will break out of the psych ward and shit will go down. But I want daddy to break out of the psych ward and shit to go down. Maybe. They're still in America. This is the first time he went and visited his dad. So that's my little reading update. I'm gonna make Little Miss some lunch. When I'm done with that, I'll probably read a little bit more because she's not quite up yet, but I want her food to cool down before I get her up. Okay, let's finish this book. Let's do it. Let's go. Who's gonna tell me? Who was gonna tell me? Just curious because no one told me. No one told me the scene that involved a gun. I just read that. I'm getting like Haunting of Adeline vibes, but the way she stood up after that whole scene played out, I was so proud of her for sticking up for herself. I was like, hell yeah, girl, you tell him. You tell him. And I felt it, what she said in my soul, because I was like, you know what, she deserves to say that, because she's not treating him as badly as he's treating her, even though they hate each other. I think he genuinely hates her but loves her, and then she just is still in love with him, and she's like hates who he's become, if that makes any sense, and hates that he won't listen to her, like won't hear her out. But I was also so glad in that moment, the gun moment, if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. It was low-key like healing for her, or maybe it's gonna make her brave and tell someone what's going on with her. That too. So we're like 70% in now, half of the way through. I might finish this tonight. That's a big might, just because I'm just like flying through it, because I got to 50 yesterday. I read while my daughter was napping, and now I'm at 70%. So I read 20% in an hour. This book is like, so update you when I can, if I have any update, but I just want to say who was going to tell me that that wasn't there. I mean, I guess I probably should have read the trigger warnings. I'm sure that's a trigger warning. That has to be a trigger warning. But trigger warning is I just go, thanks for the suggestion, not me. I like, because some of the trigger warnings just ruin the aspect, but I understand why they're there. You need to know. You need to know. But personally, for me, I like the unknown. So that's my little quick update. Quick, it's like 2 minutes. Bye-bye. We are 80% in, and I'm currently trying not to cry. Stacy confided in Cade's dad of what truly happened to her, and what he said at the end. I'm like, someone believes her, and I knew it would be him to like piece it together. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. And I'm so proud of her for telling someone. And he just said at the end, he's like, no one gets away with hurting you, and I'm gonna hunt them down. Oh. And she went to him knowing like that he despises her because she broke his son's heart, and she told him the truth about that, about what happened, because she went there to have him help Cade in what Cade's job is, and she knew the only one to help him was his father, and his father like hates her, and she went there anyways. And then at the end of it, he was like, no one gets away with hurting you, after he figured out the truth. And I was like, and he called her out on all of her lies that she's been telling Cade, like she falls down the stairs, and he's like, you didn't fall down the stairs, did you? And she said no. Oh, here comes the tears. Oh, there they go. There they go. Definitely recommend reading this book. I'm just so proud of her for finally having someone in her corner. Oh, and I had a feeling this whole time it was going to be his dad to like help her. Or maybe even like just to tell her like, I believe you. So then she has the nerve to tell either Cade or her best friend too. Okay, besties, I'm gonna get back into it. No, I'm not. I'm gonna take a breather. And then probably will finish it tonight because I'm at 80% now. Oh my god, my makeup's running. Besties, I literally just finished book 1 of Insatiable, the Edge of Darkness series. At least I got to kiss her. What the? I cried, I laughed. My heart was pumping the last like 3 chapters, and I love that the last continuing on. I love that the last like 3 chapters were in Cade's point of view. I think that was very, very smart of Layla to do, just because most of this had to do with his job and his issues. Obviously, I'm gonna continue on. So this is the end of part 1. This is gonna be a 3-part series. Gave it 4 stars. It is on Kindle Unlimited, so definitely pick it up. I laughed, I cried, my heart was racing. I am emotionally invested in Cade and Stacy. Some reason when I went into the series, I was thinking it was going to be like the first book follows like Cade and Stacy, and the second book follows like a different couple in the friend group, and then like the third book, this different couple in the friend group. Did not realize this is like a 3-part series of the same couple. All I gotta say is book 2 better have more of a daddy. Zayd's dad. I feel like Zayd's dad is the key and the answer to everything, and I'm like, unlock this man. Unlock this man from the psych ward. He needs to come out to help his son. And Stacy already like put the key for Tobias to like, no, she probably most likely gave him like the last puzzle piece he needed to figure out the whole picture. And I feel like Cade is really underestimating his father and what connections he may or may not have in order to help Cade. And I think Daddy Tobias is going to be the key in helping everything. All I gotta say is if we lose a character in these next 2 books, I'm unwell, because like I have tears in my eyes because I'm not ready for it, because Cade is just going to sacrifice himself, and it's like, dude, no. I'm crying. I understand why he is, because it's like he thinks it's his fault that all this is happening, and like in a sense, yes, but like you were 19. I remember when I was 19 and I wasn't emotionally well. Oh. Well, that's it. That's a wrap on book 1, Insatiable by Layla Rivers. 4 stars. I would probably say like 4.5 even. Not quite 5 stars, but it is getting emotions out of me. Just because I'm like really invested in their backstory. And I just want the best for these 2 characters, and they're just, where it ended, neither character is happy. Neither character wanted it, but they knew that was the best decision at the time. Period. That's it. Don't mind my sourdough starter. I need to feed it. But this is the end. Those are my thoughts and my feelings and I didn't get any of my reactions on video. It's been a busy couple of days. But stay tuned for part 2 and part 3. Please like and subscribe and comment below if you read this book and your ratings and all that fun stuff. And in the description below, I'll also have all my other social media accounts so you can see my face anywhere else. And that's about it. Till book 2, besties.